But let's now talk about all of the cues that you should track from an India standpoint, some of the stocks that you should keep on your radar today as well. We have our research team joining us. Hormaz, Vivek, Mangalam are all with us now to take us through the trade setup. Guys, a very good morning to all of you and happy 25 to everybody as well. But kickstarting things now, Vivek, the handover has been a little bit weak, but there are a lot of cues to track from a domestic standpoint as well.
Well, absolutely, happy 25 to you too and our viewers. And amidst that backdrop, Indian markets continue to remain at record high. Like you mentioned, global handover, quite muted, 3 straight sessions of mild cuts as far as the US markets are concerned. But what we will take, quite a bit of solace is from the fact that crude oil prices continue to decline. In fact, yesterday, it was quite a steep cut, over 3% fall over there. And Brent futures now trading near a very comfortable $74 a barrel mark. Now, coming to the Indian markets yesterday, again, one more day where record highs were hit. However, in yesterday's trading session, what we did witness was the fact that Nifty Bank, from the higher levels, gave up quite a lot of gains and, in fact, ended in the red territory and the negative territory. Along with that, some key trends that we witnessed in yesterday's trading session. All of the fertilizer pack, on hopes of a higher subsidy, the entire fertilizer pack was up. So today it'll be interesting to see whether that momentum is sustained. On the other hand, on the back of anticipated, negative news flow, a lot of sugar stocks actually saw significant selling pressure. So again, some clarity on that is something that the markets will watch out for. Today, expect some large deals. So you would see Warburg Pincus, selling stake in Bharti Airtel, in IDFC First Bank. So we'll be tracking that as well. Also remember, Amphi data as well as tomorrow's RBI MPC meet is something that the markets will take cues from. Like you mentioned, Asian markets Gift Nifty indicating a subdued start for our own markets today.
Okay, subdued start. Let's see how we go from there. Vivek, thanks a lot for that. We have Hormaz now to take us through the entire list of stocks that we should watch for. Hormaz, there's been a lot of action post-market close.
As always, isn't it? And it's a big day, so there will be big stocks in focus. I'll start off with Bharti Airtel, where Bloomberg reports that Warburg Pincus is planning to raise $211 million via a block deal, and they're offering 17.5 million shares at a floor price of 1,005 rupees. Now, remember that CNBC-TV18 has not independently verified this report. IDFC First Bank, where Cloverdale Investments, which is also an affiliate of Warburg Pincus, they'll be selling 1.3% stake. The deal size is likely to be $100 million and a floor price is supposed to be 85.7 rupees a share, and there will be a lockup of 45 days on the sale of further shares. Now, Ircon International, the government is planning to sell an 8% stake through an offer for sale. The base offer will be 4% with a green shoe option of another 4%. The OFS for non-retail investors will open today and for retail tomorrow. Now, remember that as of the September the 30th, the government owns 73.1% stake in Ircon, and the stock has tripled so far in 2023. TV18 broadcast, TV18 and E18 will merge with Network 18, where TV18 shareholders will get 100 Network 18 shares for every 172 that they have, and E18 shareholders will get 19 Network 18 shares for every 1 share that they have. Dr. Reddy's, they have entered into an exclusive collaboration with Koya Therapeutics, and they are going to develop and commercialize Koya 302, and that is used in the treatment of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Now, Bharat Electronics, defense stocks are getting orders again. It's received an order worth 580 crores from the Indian Army, and so far in FY24 that has taken their total order inflow to 18,298 crores. SpiceJet, they are going to hold a board meeting on the 11th of December to consider fundraising. Brigade Enterprises, they have signed a joint development agreement to develop a grade A office space in Bangalore CBD, and they are expecting a development value of 500 crores from that. And lastly, Paytm, where they held an analyst call yesterday where they said that they are going to expand the higher ticket loan distribution and reduce the distribution loans of less than 50,000 rupees. Back to you.
All right, that is a lot of stocks to track. Hormaz, thanks a lot for filling us in with all of the action. Also, look out for the entire oil impact, right? There's been a 3% cut. So the usual, oil and gas companies, aviation, paints, keep an eye out on that. But finally, it's over to Mangalam, who's looking at all of the cues from the futures and options space. Hi, Mangalam.
Good morning. So, the futures and options space looks rather bright as far as the action is concerned. Why do I say that? Because all dips are being bought in the markets. If you just take a look at the way the Nifty performed yesterday as well, yes, there was a bit of an intraday dip, but from there, we saw the rally, which was much higher, and we ended virtually at the high point of trade and a fresh record high too. And this despite the Nifty Bank underperforming, the Nifty Bank pausing for breath, so to say. The handover between Nifty Bank and Nifty IT was rather, smooth, and as a result of which, even as the Nifty Bank ended lower by about 1/3%, we had the Nifty IT index up by 1.7%, and that supported the Nifty itself. There was a mild sell-off from the FIIs, about 80 odd crores, but nothing really to complain, largely because they've been buying for the last 9 sessions. So after 20,000 crore worth purchase, 80 crore selling is something that the street could absorb, and it did indeed absorb as well. But what was the positive was in index futures, there was a 2,000 crore worth purchase by the FIIs. They added 12,000 long contracts and they covered nearly 15,000 short contracts. So the net delta was close to around 27,000 contracts on the long side itself. And as a result of which, the FII long exposure has jumped to 55% versus 45%. What does this mean? The FIIs have turned net long in index futures for the first time since September 22nd itself. So that's a big positive. The other big positive is that despite Nifty Bank's underperformance, the FIIs are buying Nifty Bank futures and they are buying more than what they did in the previous trading session. So for instance, a couple of days ago, the purchase were in index futures for the Nifty Bank by FIIs of 500 crores, then moved to around 700 crores. And yesterday, that number was 1,500 odd crores. So that's a big positive. It's a Thursday, so Nifty options expiry, the weekly options expiry. Out there, the active options are 20,900 put, telling you that there is a fair amount of support at lower levels for the Nifty. And 2150 call, 21,050 call has been rather active. So that is something we'll be watching out for in terms of a bit of a resistance on the way up. But were we to cross that, then 21,100 call writers or call buyers have been rather active for a premium of 11 odd rupees as well. It's been a stock specific market. A lot of them seeing, downticks. So Canfin Homes is the one which has seen a fair amount of shorting and a lot of long positions added on names like HAL, Tata Power and SAIL, all of them doing well in trade yesterday.
Okay, Mangalam, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues from the future space as well. With that, we do need to get into a short break. But on the other side, we're going to shift focus and talk all about an important story. Sources tell CNBC-TV18 that the government is working towards a new EV manufacturing policy. Stay tuned. We're going to bring you all of the details on the other side.
First of all, congratulations for 25 years for CNBC. I've been an audience of yours.